Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector. Hopefully you've had a good Friday and you're getting ready for the holiday weekend. Usually around this time of year, it's all about cooking and it's all about family. So I've got a few things in the works. Probably got some roasted chicken on the way, some wings, some mac and cheese, some collard greens, the whole 9 yards. But that's not why you came. You came to continue this conversation about physical versus digital. And there's a couple things that I want to say just to add on to the physical versus digital conversation. But then I also want to touch a little bit on GameStop again. So I put out a video last night where I mentioned that, and by the way, this is the sell box. So these are the games that I'm going to be selling so far, but I do have a few games that I'm adding to the sell collection. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I figured, you know what, while I'm adding these games, might as well just touch base with the Y2K community. So anyway, so we've been talking about this physical versus digital thing. And last night, you know, I did make the statement that I felt like GameStop was blaming digital downloads for their failure. And I'm going to stand by that. Now, I do believe that the whole digital downloading aspect of gaming today, it's obviously had an impact on their revenue. However, if I'm not mistaken, GameStop, they do sell like digital download codes. I'm pretty sure they sell that. So I don't know if they get any revenue off of that or if that adds to their bottom line or not. But if it doesn't, then I don't really know why they would sell that stuff. But I'm assuming it does. But I was listening to a YouTube channel of a few investors who they talk about, like, you know, stock options, shorts, puts, and you know, if you understand the stock market, a lot of it is just really educated betting, right? And you know, they were talking about, you know, how they're going to be betting either for or against GameStop. And one of the investors made a comment and he said that, you know, he was just like, imagine when a publisher like EA Sports goes direct to consumer and you no longer need a digital platform like the PlayStation Network or the Nintendo eShop to download Madden 2029. So imagine if you could just go to EA's website, download Madden 2029, and just play the game. Imagine what that would do to the online ecosystem for not only, you know, the PlayStation and Nintendo, but something like that would really crush a GameStop. And it's kind of similar to how the movie industry, right? Like back in the day around Easter was a big movie time. I don't know how many of you grew up in the 90s or the early 2000s, but some of the best movies came out around Easter time and around Christmas. And that was usually the time where you would flood to the movie theater to go see whatever it was, whether it was Die Hard, Bad Boys, whatever. And now, thanks to Netflix, most folks don't got to do that. In fact, most folks don't even want to do it. Like, and I can't lie, the pandemic kind of spoiled me, because after I realized how much I enjoyed watching movies at home, the thought of like being in a room packed with 100 other people coughing and sneezing, it wasn't appealing to me anymore. And I had to really think hard to remember why I enjoyed going to the movie theater in the first place. And so I think that same thing is going to happen in the gaming industry. I could easily see it happening. And just like how you have Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, FX, all these different things, it's going to be a sad day when publishers start to do that. When, you know, Sega starts to do that. When EA Sports starts to do that. When Squaresoft starts to do that. When Ubisoft starts to do that. When these gaming companies start to go direct to consumer and they effectively cut out the middleman, which I don't think we're quite there yet, but it's getting there, because you're seeing a lot of these gaming studios, they're starting to consolidate because they're running out of money. Everybody's getting laid off. And we haven't even started talking about the impact of artificial intelligence yet. So I do think a day is coming where software is going to get generated at an exponential rate. And I think these companies are going to start seeing, okay, we don't need as many developers. We don't need as large of a team, and we can go direct to consumer. And I can see where that will start taking a toll on the gaming industry. But all that being said, I do think GameStop has some culpability here, right? Because I had to sit and think, okay, why do I go to the other game stores that I go to that are not GameStop? And it's one word: experience. You go to retro game stores because you know you're going to get a unique experience. And if GameStop was smart, they would have started to develop their business strategy around the experience. You know, I was in a GameStop not that long ago. Well, actually, it was a while ago. It was about 6 months ago. And I remembered the store owner talking to a bunch of parents, telling them how the store was going to be having a tournament. And there was going to be pizza, and there was going to be, there's going to be ice cream and soda, and there were going to be prizes. And I heard him talking, and I was just thinking, like, man, that's what it's about. That's what people want to have. That is the community aspect of gaming, and that's the type of experience that people look for, that excitement. And I said, if GameStop made that a regular part of their business model, hosting tournaments, having game nights, having Tuesday night game night, or having after school gaming sessions, or if they started to build their business model around the experience, they wouldn't be experiencing death by digital downloads. They would not be dying because of this transition to digital versus physical. And I think that if GameStop was smart, and I don't know if it's too late, I don't know if it's too late. Maybe they still have time. But if they were smart, they would start thinking about ways that they could enhance and improve the in-store experience. But because I guess so much of what they do is just hinged on selling product and just trying to squeeze as much profit out of the products they have, the experience has become, a secondary thought. In some cases, I don't think they think about it at all, And so to me, I do feel like they still have a good amount of culpability in the lackluster performance they're seeing now. And if they want to turn things around, they'll start figuring out how to make every person that walks into a GameStop feel happy and feel proud to be a gamer, especially a gamer that engages in physical media. To me, that's one of the best ways they can turn things around. And it's simple. Have game nights. Have gaming weekends. When there's a big release, don't just badger every customer that comes in the door asking them if they want to pre-order or if they want to sign up or did you pre-order this game? No. Instead of asking people to pre-order games or if they want to pre-order that, say, hey, this game's coming out. We're going to have early copies on this day, and we're going to be doing live demos. And everyone who comes into the store between this time and this time is going to get a chance to do a live demo of this game. Do you know what kind of traffic that would bring into the store? You know what kind of excitement and what kind of community you would build if GameStop made that a regular part of what they do? And maybe they do it in some stores, and I just don't know. But I do think that something like that would help turn the tide at least a little bit. But let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think that with the rise of digital, GameStop should focus on the customer experience? Or do you think it's too late? Do you think we're too far gone and there's really nothing they could do to save themselves? I'm interested to know what you think. Happy Easter. Happy Good Friday. Hope you enjoyed it. It's the Y2K Collector. Sleep easy.